We've got over 500 vehicle tests on this channel, and almost all of them have headlight tests, so if you want to see how the lights on your vehicle work, this is the right place to be. Lexus sent us this nice UX 250 hybrid to drive. We already did a one-week video test on this and posted on YouTube. If you missed that, we'll have a link for that at the end of this video. For this segment, we're just doing a headlight test and night drive only. Another Air Force plane drowning out my video. The sixth one I've seen today. Must be a war going on somewhere. It's dark enough. Let's take these lights out, see what they do. Here's what the rears look like. Long and thin. And the emergency flashers are a bit on the dinky side, but definitely bright. Has some lights on the mirrors. Yeah, from the front you can see the mirrors, but you can hardly see the ones with the headlights at all. They're drowned out completely. Almost. Not very encouraging here. As we can see. Good thing you have some on the mirrors, that's for sure. And the rear. Far brighter than the front, even if they're smaller. Alright, let's take a look at the cabin. Lights up pretty good. Same with the second row seating. And if you don't have the headlights on, the light from the info screen will blind you. There. That's more like it. And here's what the camera system looks like when you put the transmission in reverse. Gauge cluster looks pretty good. And everything else lights up. This vehicle has the F-Sport package, which includes self-leveling headlights. We'll check that out later. And side cornering lights, we'll check out later. Right now we have the low beams on a wall 33 yards away, and definitely bright, but a bit on the low side. High beam. Bright, but again, on the low side. Alright, we have some containers out there around 70 yards away. Again, on the low side, go to high beam, just barely clears the fence. There is a whole building right there, you can barely see, and some of the headlights I've used lately can light up the whole building on bright, but not here. Well, these are self-leveling. Let's see what happens when we go in this dip. I don't notice anything leveling out. They seem to be pretty well fixed from where I'm sitting, but have to do a bit more to find out. Here we have the cornering lights. Activate when you're turning the steering wheel. Turn the steering wheel to the left. There you go. Great for parking lot use. So you don't run over the winos. Now we have a 100-yard spread here, and you can see the headlights are cutting off around 50 yards on the left and around 60 or 70 on the right. You got some black spots there, nothing serious. We have a speed bump here. Let's see what happens with these self-leveling. Yeah, they seem to have moved, I'm not sure. I have to be honest, I really can't tell if these are leveling or not, or they're just fixed, but either way, I think they're a little bit too low for my taste. I'd like to see some more height here, but that's just me. Maybe it doesn't bother you. By the way, I almost forgot to mention, this auto-dimming mirror does have a disconnect switch to turn it off. Thank you very much, Lexus, because I don't want biked out mirrors when I'm driving in the city. I want to see exactly what's around me. And down here are the cornering lights, in case you're wondering where they were. Now let's do some dark, dingy street driving. See how these low beams reach out. Okay, when you got the brights on, but not so far when you have the low beams on. I see a lot of bouncing. I don't know if these are the headlights or the front suspension. Maybe they are self-leveling headlights, I don't know. Either way, I find the low beams to be very short on the distance. Okay for driving around town at slow speeds, but on the highway, I don't think this is going to work. We'll find out when we get on the highway. Coming up next. Let's get on the highway, light up some road signs. High beam. Low. Wow, that didn't reach out very far. Well, the brights are reaching out, not very high, but they're at least reaching up to the signs. You don't need much height for that. And we got some road hazard signs here, reflective types. Got the low beams on. Yeah, the brights definitely lit up everything, going down about half a mile. We go to low beam. Can't see much above 3 or 4 feet. As can be seen, I wasn't too pleased with the performance of these headlights on low beam. However, keep in mind the headlight system you get with the F-Sport package and the INF-Sport, 2 different systems. Plus, I used to have another option, a triple beam headlight system for like $1,200. So we have 2 or 3 choices available to you, and they all perform differently. I suspect these headlights might be out of alignment. If that's the case, it wouldn't be too hard to put them back in spec. If they're not out of alignment, there's no reason the Lexus techs can't raise them up a little bit. I'm told they can. Either way, my advice is this: if you're going to buy a UX, go take a test drive at night instead of the daytime and see what you think about the headlights on the particular vehicle you're planning on buying. And then, though, this is a very nice car. I enjoyed it very much, as you'll see when you watch the other video. If you want to see that, just go to the end and click.